Yo, this is your host Vitek, and with us we have the man, the myth, the legend, Chris Barnes of 6 Feet Under. How are you doing, brother?
Doing good, man. Thanks for having me.
Amazing. Now, just few days left for the release of Razor Sharp, full of vengeance and punishing album, Crypt of the Devil. How excited and nervous are you for this release?
Oh, well, I'm doing great. It's, just waiting for it to come out so all the fans can give it a listen and have fun.
That's cool because you guys have already released few tracks like Open Coffin Orgy, Stab, and even Gruesome. So how has been the response from your loyal fans?
Oh, it seems pretty good. They all seem to dig it. And, like always, those who get the vibe get it. And, those that don't can kind of do what they want to do. I'm just happy that we got to do another record, and I got to work with such talented guys on this.
That's cool because you and Phil Hall did all the songwriting for this album, and the rest of the Cannabis Corpse guys also served as a studio band for this album. And after listening to the album, I've been hearing it from last 2 weeks, I felt that this is more technical approach as compared to the groove side of 6 Feet Under. So was that something you were aiming for?
Not really. Phil had a bunch of songs, and he thought they were going to be really good songs for the next 6 Feet album, and I listened to them, and I thought they were killer. So that's really how it really ended up being written. We just tweaked a few things and adjusted some stuff, and we had some really good songs together, and that's really how it worked out.
That's cool. I kind of feel that tracks like Gruesome and Open Coffin Orgy are destined for a classic 6 Feet Under live show. And I feel hats off to Brandon for writing those amazing guitar solos throughout the album. So how has been his role, on this album as a guitar player?
Oh, I don't, he wrote a bunch of leads, did some lead sections and stuff. But like I said, myself and Phil, we put the whole album together ourselves. Right. And so Brandon pulled off some great stuff that really stuck out and spiced up the album a lot.
That's awesome. Now you've always been known for that grim and gruesome elements in your lyrics, and of course even the titles like Broken Bottle Rape or even Stab or even Slit Wrist, everything is, we know what Chris Barnes can do. So I always wanted to ask you, from where do you get this inspiration from? Is it like, do you read books, movies, or it's just your vivid imagination?
It's just, imagination. I enjoy writing stories, always have, and it's just write to music is a fun thing for me to do, to try to put a big puzzle together and write some lyrics that match how I feel about the music. And it's really the music at its core that inspires and drives everything I do on a record, from vocal approach to lyrical right. Content and stuff like that. The music really dictates where I'm going to go with the storyline and with the sound of my vocals.
That sounds cool because the technical nature of the album is pretty cool. Most of the guitar riffs are hooks, and they are memorable, so that's very important for a guitar player. So was it like an idea of you and Phil to sit together and write an album which is, not just a one-off 6 Feet Under album, but a very much memorable one for fans?
Like I said earlier, he just had some good songs, and I liked them, and I thought they would be an awesome album to do for the next 6 Feet Under album. So it wasn't like we sat down and discussed it. He already had some songs, and he just presented them to me.
Cool. And what about your vocals? Extremely raw, and keeping the raw production in mind, it goes well with your vocals. So that's been the case with the majority of the 6 Feet Under albums, that production has always been organic, raw. Why do you feel that you guys want to follow this approach of having organic production?
Well, I don't know. It depends on how you look at it. Everyone kind of views music and a particular band or a particular song one way, and we just try to do what sounds good to us. That's what has always been the formula, and hopefully it equates to the fans liking it later on.
That's true. Now, your vocals, over the period of, last 20 years, you've been all over the place singing on, majority of the album. So, do you feel that there's some sort of, let's say, some sort of things which you are trying to overcome at this point of time, keeping the age in mind?
No, I don't feel I have any limitations. I really approach, like I said, each song kind of how I feel. The vocals and the vocal tone and everything, go together. So I don't really worry about that. I just let the song take me where it needs to take me.
That's cool. And you kept it interesting with your constant live and studio lineup change. It definitely works for you in terms of, keeping the band from sounding stale, and it's more like it's more of an energy coming out of a band with more ideas. So is this something you would continue to do it with 6 Feet Under?
Oh, I don't know. I don't really try to put any limitations on it. I just really go with the flow and take it as how it comes and work the best I can with each situation that I'm given.
Cool. Now, 20 years since you started 6 Feet Under, this is your 11th album, and that's certainly not a small feat, a tough and a memorable journey for you. Do you think that, you would get this far when you look back?
Well, yeah, I always felt like music was really my life, so I worked really hard at it, and yeah, just really had fun along the way. That's for sure.
That because when we talk about, I mean, as a fan, if you know about cars, you know Ferrari, or if you know about guitars, you know about Jackson, and if you know something about death metal, you know Chris Barnes. So that's been the case.
Well, thanks. That's good company, I guess, that I'm in.
Cool, brother. Now, what difference do you feel in death metal right now as compared to the time you started way back in the 90s with Cannibal Corpse? So do you think, of course, the technology has made things simpler for musicians, but this change from last 2 decades, do you feel this modernization has been more like a bane for fans as compared to boon?
Oh, I don't know, man. I don't really worry about that stuff. That's like stuff the record companies worry about. All I do is worry about making good music and doing the best job I can.
Cool, and looking forward to have this album on Billboard, because your last album did crack and that was amazing.
Well, thanks, man. I hope it does well too.
Fantastic. Now, what about tours? Now, these songs are meant to be unleashed live in front of your fans. So any plans of, heading on road with this album?
Not yet. We're working on tours at the moment. The booking agents are trying to put together some stuff for this year. But yeah, we're hoping to get out there and do a lot of touring.
That's cool. Now, down the line from last 20 years, have you ever imagined the number of fans you have here in India?
Oh, I've never been there, so I haven't been able to experience it firsthand. But yeah, we've had a lot of requests and stuff like that over the years, but nothing's ever come together as far as coming there for a tour.
Oh my God, now that's been the case because we got to see Cannibal Corpse live after 20 odd years last month. And I don't know when are we going to get to see you guys, because you have thousands of fans here, and all we can do is to wait for you to come here.
Well, hopefully we'll be able to get a chance to get there and see you guys.
Fantastic, Chris. So before I conclude the interview, how about you define the new album, Crypt of the Devil, in just one sentence?
Oh, I think it's a great 6 Feet Under album that the fans will really enjoy.
Fantastic, Chris. An honor having a chat with you. I wish you good luck with the release and as well as with the tour. And I'll just wait for you guys to come over to India and play in front of your thousands of, death metal fans.
Okay, man. Well, thank you very much for the interview, and hope to see everyone soon. Thank you.